Hey YouTube, Levi here with Eastridge Outdoors, and I have what is one of my grail knives today. This is, obviously you know, the ESEE 6 in Venom Green with Neon Green 3D G10 scales. Now the colors, you know, that's my preference. To each their own. But as you can see, I was doing an unboxing because I'm super excited about this knife, and I've already opened it, and the box, you know, you see that looks rough. That did not happen during shipping, just so you know. This come from the ESEE store on Amazon. I got it for $130.99 plus tax. I think it was like $132 something. So absolutely phenomenal deal. And so I was coming out here to do this unboxing, and I had this kind of haphazard into my backpack. I didn't even have it completely zipped, and I have to cross a creek to get here. And so I was crossing that creek, and I was checking a new route. I decided to take I've been eyeing this tree that has these branches that grow on both sides, and so I thought, you know, maybe I can go across. Anyway, I was able to get across, but in the process, this fell out of my backpack into the creek, which it's been raining, so my creek is raging, and it's, you know, it's like a river now. And boom, there went my knife, hauling ass down the creek. And so I had to finish climbing across the tree, jump across the rest of the way, ditch my pack and all my stuff, and take off running. And I called it, thank God. I knew I'd catch it somewhere. I mean, I figured it'd get hung up or whatever. But, so yeah, the box has had some trouble. But here it is. I'll go ahead and show you when it's not like this. On the back of the box, you have these cool little survival tips. I think that's a neat little feature. I wish they were in better shape. You've got some short-term tips and some ground-to-the-air distress signals. Those are pretty handy because I didn't know those. You know, I knew the SOS. I knew about the traveling in this direction thing, you know, draw an arrow. But, and I also, sorry, unable to proceed. I knew that one. But the others, I had no clue. And super handy, you know, little, just something to know. I thought this was neat. You know, this is a way to determine distance across the river. And there's several different ways to do this, but it's nice to have that. I thought about cutting some of this stuff out and, you know, putting some like that clear silicone tape, put it on my pack, something, so that I can have that handy knowledge right there in front of me. You've got your compass, your declination correction. You've got this other stuff. You got some conversion charts, which can come in really handy from metric to standard. You have your contour lines, how to read terrain maps. I have no clue what that is. UTM. I'm gonna have to look that up. And I have no clue what this is. So that is something, you know, handy that they put on the back of a box that I bought a knife, and on the box there was something I had no clue about. Survival, as far as map reading, whatever it is, but you know, it's cool. You've got your, you know, there you go, your declination, and it explains that about true north, blah blah blah, and ways to, you know, operate using a compass. So that's a cool little feature that they put on the back of the box. I wish mine didn't go for a swim, but it's good enough. I can still read it, and so I'm gonna do something cool with that. Who knows what. And here's the other box. You can see it's wilted. It's had a rough go. It went for a wild ride. I did have to open all this. It was all soaking wet. The knife did not get wet. I mean, it did a little bit, but it was very minuscule. Now the sheath, the clip hardware and stuff, that was soaking wet. And as you can see, this is there's two bags. The big one had the knife. I'll just show you there. That's the little one. It had the clip and hardware. This was also on the sheath. I'm assuming this is a leg tie, but holy cow. That is the smallest leg I've ever seen. I mean, maybe it's meant, I don't know what it's meant for. That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not to secure to your leg. I don't know, but it was right here. Like so, you know, going through those holes. And so normally that's where you put a leg, you know, tie, but I don't know. It's very short. Maybe they got chicken legs at ESEE. I mean, they're in great shape. They do a lot of stuff, survival stuff, so who knows? It comes with this card that talks about, you know, the carbon steel, how to take care of it, how to properly remove it from the sheath. It does talk about when you put the clip hardware onto the sheath, talk about putting Loctite, blue Loctite. So if you do use this, you know, their advice, definitely go with the blue, and just be careful. All right, and it also comes with, one of these cards came in the clip hardware, and then one of them was just in the box. They're cool little cards. One's, you know, advertising their ESEE knives. One of them is their adventure training, Randall's adventure training. Both of them have the same thing on the back. It's part of what was on the back of the box. You've got your ground to air signals, and some short-term survival tips about what to do if you're lost, how to build a shelter, and signaling. Then you've got your tiny little conversion chart. This is your metric centimeters. Each slash is a millimeter. This is inches. These are handy for map reading, if you don't know. And then you got your cool stickers. Oh, too big for that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're gonna go on something cool. But yeah, I really wish that was a morale patch. One of these, that would be super awesome. ESEE, if you're listening, I might even send you this video so you have to listen. A morale patch would be an awesome addition. Just saying. I know it's more expensive, but hey, I think you guys can afford it. And yeah, so that's everything that comes in the box, and I am so excited about this knife. ESEE has, you know, it was like, you know, an ultimate goal for me. Everybody's got their grail knives. This was on the list of mine. So this is the ESEE6 Venom Green, blah, 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 like I said. Now, when I was going through these, you know, I did notice something that when they're advertised, some say ESEE6, some say ESEE6P, some say ESEE6S. The P and the S just mean plain or serrated. So to help you guys that don't know that. Now the knife itself, this bad boy, it's amazing in this sheath. We'll talk about the sheath in a minute. But here it is, this gorgeous creature of a knife. Now the only thing that I wish I didn't have to do is remove a little bit of this coating. I'm just gonna shave the edge, you know, through here so that I can use my ferro rod. I've debated on whether I'm going to do that or not, but the coating's going to come off eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part. It's just so gorgeous. I don't even want to mar it. It's like one of those I'm scared to use, but I'll be damned if I don't. But anyway, it's 11.75 inches, 11 3/4 total length. The blade itself is 6.5, but the cutting edge is 5 3/4. To give you an idea, the BK2 is 5.5. To give you all kind of a reference. The thickness is 0.188 of an inch, or 4 millimeter for you knife guys that make it a little easier. 0.188, you know, it's thinner than a BK2, but thicker than the average, you know, 1/8 inch knife. Oh, sorry, dropped my notes. Probably bumping the tripod and everything. Sorry. But yeah, that's the thickness. It is a full flat, which I debated on this in the 5. The 5 is thicker, and it has a different grind. So I elected for the flat grind. I don't have a, well, yeah, I do. I have less knives of this size than I do of the 5. And I just wanted this bad boy. So I went with the 6. I don't think I'll regret that at all. But anyway, that was what was in my head, you know, when I bought this. But it is full flat drop point blade, and it's 1095 high carbon, as most of you know. It is a 55 to 57 Rockwell, which is a little soft in general, which means you're going to have to sharpen it a little more often, but it'll hold an edge pretty good. 1095 does a great job holding an edge, but it's tough. You're not going to snap it in half. It's brittle. It won't be brittle like those, you know, when you're hitting the 60s, you're looking at breaking tips, breaking blades. So that's why that's such a low number, 55 to 57. It's 13 ounces total for the knife itself, and 18 ounces with the sheath. I'm assuming that's with the clip hardware, but I don't know. I didn't weigh it. If you're that curious, weigh it. The sheath itself is, they list it as an ambi polymer sheath. Now, what makes an ambi? Obviously, it doesn't slide in either direction. It's the clip plate that makes an ambi. You can mount it, you know, the way I have it for a righty, or flip it around for a lefty. And they went with, instead of Kydex, they went with a polymer, a plastic polymer, which Kydex is plastic too. It's just fancier term, I don't know. But, you know, I like a lot of Kydex. I work with Kydex a lot. It's easy to work with. It holds up great. I prefer it over leather. But they went with the polymer. And the reason they did that, which I'm kind of glad, I'm curious about this. I'm glad it's still wintertime. But the reason they went with this polymer, they say it holds up better in extreme cold. And I've never had, you know, they say Kydex breaks and stuff, gets brittle in extreme cold. I've never had those issues. And I have had Kydex out in extreme cold for, you know, multiple hours, or multiple days, actually. And never had one break. But one thing I have had an issue with, and it's a pain in the ass, is it shrinks. Just like when you heat polymer up, it softens, loosens. I mean, not polymer, Kydex. Same with the cold. When Kydex gets super cold, it shrinks back down. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it makes your knife a chore to get out of there sometimes. So I am kind of excited about the polymer to try to test that part out of it. I want to see if that stuff gets cold and tightens. So we'll see. And, you know, I'm going to do a full review on this, but I got to work with it for a while. I'm just so freaking excited. I wanted you guys to see what I'm doing, what's coming up, what I just got, my new baby, my new toy. And I'm about to go play right now, as soon as I finish this. But the last thing I want to talk about is the warranty. You can't go wrong with ESEE's warranty. Best in the biz. You know, no questions asked. That's such a big deal. They believe in batoning. Yeah, me too, ESEE. Schrade does too, I'm assuming. I don't know about their warranty, but I have seen them advertise knives being batoned. So I'm assuming Schrade does too. But, you know, ESEE, good job on the warranty, guys. It's nice to see a company who is willing to back their product. That they have the balls to say, yeah, this is a badass knife. And if it breaks on you, we'll replace it. That's how confident we are in this knife. Do anything stupid you want to it. We don't care. We will replace it because it is that badass. And all knife companies should put out that kind of product. If you're not putting that kind of product out, you can't back it like that, then don't put your product out. Don't say that stuff is abuse. You never know what you got to do with a knife. These are built for survival. And in my opinion, all knives are built for survival. I mean, you know, the best survival knife, blah, 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 blah. So prepare yourself by what knife you carry. Don't carry garbage, because you never know what kind of situation you're going to be in. And ESEE, thank you for being the only company, or one of the few. I'm not going to say the only. There's some companies out there with good warranties, and they don't really care. They don't ask. But thank you for just letting everybody know, hey, do whatever heck you want to this knife. Break the crap out of it. Run it over with a dump truck. They'll back it. So that's all I got for you. This is a little longer than I expected it to be with an unboxing, but I'm so excited about this knife, so I ran it on a little bit. And I'm going to go play before it gets too dark. It's starting to get chilly. But I appreciate everybody that watches. Thanks guys for subscribing. On my next review that I do, I'm not sure that it's going to be this knife, but I've got several that I've got to get done. I want to talk to you guys about some fat wood. For those of you who subscribe, who watch to the end, you're going to find out I'm going to give away some free fat wood. I've got a crap ton, and I just discovered what I'm calling the lost city of burnt sienna, which is just an amazing, amazing supply. And I use it to test my knives. Fat wood is awesome for many reasons, but it's great to test knives. That stuff is hard. It's all kinds of textures up in it. You can do a lot of carving. You can do everything processing fat wood to a knife that you can possibly want to do with it. And so that's why I do it. That, and I love the smell. I love to burn it. It's my favorite fire tender. So I got fat wood for days. So my subscribers out there, I'm gonna talk to you about it in the next video, but basically you're gonna send me an envelope, you know, it'll be one of those prepaid packages. I just stuff it full of fat wood and I'll send it back to you. Y'all gonna have all the freaking fat wood you want, as much as I can fit in that envelope anyway. So look out for that. That'll be in the next video. And I thank you guys for watching. I thank my subscribers and all my supporters. That's all I got. I'm out.